This is Marta Nielsen with Utah State University Extension, and it is a new month. We are in May. We're actually a few days into it, and so special for you today, we have a member of our Empowering Financial Wellness team with us here today. Alicia, will you introduce yourself and say hello?
Hello, my name's Alicia, and I'm excited to be joining you guys today. I'm joining you from Logan, just outside enjoying a beautiful spring day.
I know I could hear birds in the background. I'm a little bit envious because I'm here in my basement. No bird song for me.
Oh, yeah, maybe later in the day.
Yeah, so tell me what it is you do with the Empowering Financial Wellness team.
So I'm one of the program coordinators, and so I get to teach webinars and just do anything to help finances be easier for everybody to understand.
Awesome. And what is your background and your training?
So I graduated from Utah State University with my bachelor's in family finances, and then I also did some financial counseling at the Housing and Financial Counseling Center up here, and I was HUD approved to do that, and then I joined the Empowering Financial Wellness team
Oh, that's
a couple
awesome.
months ago.
Yeah, so you're relatively new. But I have a
Mm-hmm.
feeling we'll be seeing you here, every once in a while at least, to give us some
Yeah.
finance tips. So, one amazing thing that the Empowering Financial Wellness team has is this monthly financial calendar with really bite-sized, easy things that you can do every month to, improve your finances. And it can be really overwhelming, and it's so nice to have it kind of broken down into steps. So, tell us, what are some things that we should be thinking about this month?
Yeah, and so this is what the financial calendar looks like that Marta just mentioned. So it's fun, it's pretty, it's not just a really boring checklist of things to do, but on it, like you mentioned, they are put into bite-sized steps that are simple and easy for anybody to do. So one of them for this month is on here. It's to do either a home energy audit or to find an online checklist of some things to do to be more energy efficient. And so an home energy audit can cost a couple $100s. Is what you could expect to do that, but they'll come in and they'll do some different tests on your home or apartment and see or identify different ways that you can be more energy efficient for you. Different
Right.
things that may need to be replaced or updated, or just some attention taken to be more energy efficient. But if you don't have funds in your budget to do that, there's plenty of different simple things that you can do that can help you be more energy efficient. Some simple things that we're doing in our place, we're just in an apartment, so we don't have quite as much liberty to make repairs or different things like that. But some simple things that we're doing is just being mindful of turning the lights off when we're not using them, unplugging things that we aren't using, because even when you're not using them and different electronics are idling, they are still using electricity.
Right.
Not near as much as when you're using them, but they are still using up electricity. And
Right.
then we recently had our bathroom tub faucet was leaking, and it was not only annoying, but it was adding up on our utility bill. And so we had them come fix that. And then also, just another couple things is replacing the faucets on your shower head or just your sinks as well can really help out as well.
Yeah.
And so, even just doing those couple of things the last couple of months has cut our utility bill down by about $20. And so,
Wow.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen for everybody to that same extent, but even just those little things, like we haven't even really noticed those things very much. But
Yeah, that's
it's
great
20 extra
advice.
dollars that we can keep in our pockets.
Yeah, I love that. Well, we had a home energy audit done at my house a couple years ago, and it was actually offered to us, I think, through the gas company, and they came and did it free of charge. And I'm not saying that that will be available to everyone, but it was pretty extensive, and they gave us a whole list of suggestions of things that we could do. It was really helpful and really interesting. So
Yeah.
like I said, I don't know if that's
And
how they decide that availability, but if that's something you're interested in, and maybe you don't want to spend, a couple $100s to pay someone to do that, I would definitely check it out and see what kind of free resources are available.
Yeah, and there are tons of free resources out there, especially with Utah being pretty dominant with Rocky Mountain Power. I've seen that they have a lot of incentives to be more energy efficient out there. Just on their website, you can go on there and see any rebates or coupons to make purchases of things that are more energy efficient.
Ooh, it's getting windy in Logan.
Sorry.
That's
The
how you
wind
know
is,
that we're really where we say we are. We're not in some studio.
yep.
Well, that's great advice, and yeah, especially as we're thinking about the season changing, and we'll probably start running air conditioners again, and thinking about um, how to do that more efficiently, so we're not seeing huge utility bills coming up. That's great
Right.
advice. What's something else that we should be thinking about this month for finance?
Just another thing that we want to encourage people to do is to pay a few extra dollars on your credit card. So if you're one of those people, which many Americans are carrying a balance on their credit cards from month to month, and so we just want to encourage you to pay a few extra dollars on that above the minimum payment. So even if that's $5 or $10 or $20, it's a perfect way to use any savings that you find from being more energy efficient. Put that towards your credit card, and you'll see some great savings there as far as not having to pay as much on interest.
Oh, that's
And
great advice.
powerpay.org. So, one of our tools that we have is Powerpay. You can go on there and you can enter the information of your credit card, your balance, your interest rate, and your minimum payment, and then put in any extra that you're able to, and it'll calculate and show you exactly how much savings that will give you in the long run.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
fantastic.
crazy to see how much it is. Even
Yeah.
just $10 or $20 can make.
Yeah, and Powerpay is a fantastic free resource. If you have any kind of debts that you're working to pay down, it's highly recommend powerpay.org. Is it .org? .com? I'll find the link and I'll share
.org.
it. I'll share it in the comments so you can check that out. Um, all right. So we've talked about energy efficiency and making small changes. We've talked about paying off debt, even just a small amount. What's the last tip for May?
So our next one is to take a few minutes and reflect on any money memories that you have from your childhood, and just reflect on and write down 3 of them, because we've seen that, and many experts have seen that the experiences that you have as a child surrounding money have a great influence on how you see and handle money as an adult as well. So it's important to take a few minutes and just reflect on some experiences that you had as a child, and see if you want to continue those habits into your adulthood and potentially teaching your children those, or if you want to make modifications to those.
Right. Well, and even I think it might be a reminder of something that you learned as a child that maybe you've forgotten. So maybe it's kind of oh, there goes the wind again. Kind of refreshing your memory and potentially making some positive changes based on that, childhood experience.
Yeah, this is something that's really fun for me, especially with having a newborn child, to reflect on the things that I do right now. And my husband has been a part of our family for about 4 years now, and he's like, "Oh, I definitely now see where you get that from, of why you do this. It's because your mom does da 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 da, or because your dad does this, or I've seen it because your grandma does this." So
Yeah.
different things like that, and it's fun to just see, like, make those realizations and see if we want to continue those and teach our child that, or if we want
Yeah.
to make modifications so that the example that we're setting for him is different than what we had growing up.
Right. And I think that's interesting to kind of think through that process of connecting those memories to behaviors now, because then you can kind of evaluate, oh, so this maybe is why I'm doing that. And, is that a healthy behavior I want to continue or not? So I think that's kind of mindfulness. Like, that's kind of a way to be
Mm-hmm.
mindful about finances. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
helped us to be a little bit more positive in our conversations with each other around money.
yeah,
Because that's one of the things that we have realized in doing this reflection is that for us, especially for me and my household, money was a hard topic to talk about and it was often kind of contentious. And so, even just being more mindful of that helps me to approach conversations with my husband or with my child in the future
yeah.
more positively.
Well, I'm a little relieved to hear you say that because you're a finance expert, and it's still hard for you to talk about finances with your partner. So makes the rest of us feel maybe a little more normal
Yeah,
or
it's
feel
totally
okay.
normal to have,
Yeah,
especially with spouses that have different money backgrounds or experiences.
yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
to mush those together, it can be a little bit tricky. And
Yeah,
so it's important to take that time to reflect and see why you do what you do,
right.
how you do with money.
Yeah. Oh, great advice. Great advice for this month that we can keep in mind. So I will get a link in the comments for folks who want to look at that financial calendar for 2022, look back at the
Yeah.
last few months if they want to catch up on anything. I did want to ask you if you have any webinars or workshops coming up that you want to let folks know about.
We do. And then just on that, before I go into our webinars, I almost forgot to mention about our Powerpay Money Master course, where you can go online. One of the modules talks about your money personality, and you can do a free quiz together with your spouse or just on your own. Completely free included in that. And we can pop a link in the chat as well or in the comments to powerpay.org. You can also find this class and just apply for a fee waiver if you're a Utah resident, and then you can do it completely free. Otherwise, it's a $40 course, but if you're a Utah resident and apply for the fee waiver, it can be completely free.
Wow.
And then one other resource that I wanted to mention, we do each month in our financial calendar down here at the bottom, we have an estate planning tip as well, or a step for establishing your estate plan, because we've realized throughout the last couple years that that's something that many people have been lacking and have needed. And so for this month, the tip is to either update your will or set a time to create your will. So
Okay.
for us, it's really important, even though we may not feel like we have a lot of assets, we're not millionaires that we have to pass a lot of money down to our son, but it would be important to have somebody set aside as a power of attorney to be able to take care of our child if
Right.
something were to happen to my husband or I that we weren't able to. And so we also have a free resource on our website. If you go to finance.usu.edu /estate planning, then you can find some great tools that we've just put out.
Okay.
Toolkit to help you with getting your estate plan
And while you've been
going.
talking about these things, if you see me looking down and typing, I'm putting all those links in the comments for you all. So I just put up the link to the Empowering Financial Wellness site, which right across the top is where you get that finance calendar. And then here is the
Perfect.
estate planning one. We'll get that up there. Sounds like you're on the beach now, Alicia. I hear those seagulls.
Just
Oh,
having a great time outside
there's
today.
Logan. Okay, so I put the estate planning link there as well. And then let's get one to the online course, the Money Mastery course. Will you talk about webinars, workshops while I get that link up there?
Yeah, I would love to. So we are really excited about our webinars all the time, but this month we are kind of changing things up a little bit. Off of our traditional topics, we are going to be focusing a little bit more on home buying because the spring and early summertime is when home buying is booming for buying and selling. And so this coming Tuesday, we're going to do a webinar that's about building your credit in preparation for home buying. We'll also be doing one about organizing your documents in preparation for home buying, because there's so many different documents that you need
Yeah.
to have ready for buying a home. And then we'll also be doing some that are also based off of just budgeting and debt as well, or debt management.
Okay.
And so we are still offering those at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., and they are completely free. And we would love to see you guys there. You can register for those on our website as well. It'll just take you to an Eventbrite to get registered for those, and they are being held via Zoom.
Okay. And I've
And
got
so if you guys know anyone that's getting ready to buy a home, we would love to have them join us, get going for that as well.
awesome. So I've got the link to Powerpay Money Master course, but I'm not seeing where folks can sign up for that to be free. Do you have any other instructions on how to do that?
So on our website on finance.usu, finance.usu.edu/EFW, there will be a tab for classes and webinars that you can go to.
Okay. So I'll look into that, and I'll post more explicit instructions on how to do that, because we want everyone to be able to take advantage of that, for all Utah residents to get access to that course for free. The webinars that the EFW team does are also free and available for anyone to participate in. They are listed on the website there as well, which I've linked to. And if you have a group of people that you want someone like Alicia to come in and talk to about budgeting or finance or estate planning or any of those kinds of things, you can, on that same website, there's information on how to get in touch with them and get one of those scheduled. So that's also a really great resource.
And we're also able to do classes either in person or virtually as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Amazing. Okay, so tell us where we can learn more. How do we find more finance information on, Facebook, Instagram, things like that?
Yeah, so we are on Facebook and Instagram on Utah Money Moms is what our page is called. And myself and then our other team members as well are putting out great content every single week and each month about all different types of topics around finance. So that it can be easier for you guys to understand, because like what we mentioned in the beginning, finances can be kind of overwhelming if it's not your major or your field of study. Even for me, every now and then, it can be kind of overwhelming if it's something that I'm diving super deep into.
Yeah.
And so the Empowering Financial Wellness team, we are trying to make that easier for you guys to understand.
Awesome.
Like with the financial calendar and the estate planning toolkit that we have, we want to make it easier for you guys to understand. And so we put different tips and tidbits out there on social media and then also on our blog as well to help make it easier to digest for you guys.
Perfect. Well, I will get all of those links up in the comments. Follow Utah Money Moms if you're not already on Instagram and Facebook, and check back in the comments in a few minutes and for more of those links. Alicia, thank you so much for sharing that insight with us, and can't believe the year is flying by, but we'll see you again at the beginning of June.
Yeah, it's going so fast. I can't believe that we're already in May, that we're like a third of the way through the year. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's nice that we're finally seeing some spring weather.
Yeah, but check out our gardening channels. Don't get planting yet. It's not time, but that's a different topic altogether. So thanks so much, Alicia, and we'll see you in June.
Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye-bye.